Hi everyone, my name is Jasneet, and today I'll be giving an informative speech about one of the most fascinating and powerful organs in the human body, the brain. Every thought you've ever had, every memory you've made, and every emotion you've felt has been created by an organ that only weighs about 3 pounds. Even though it's small, the human brain is incredibly complex, and it controls everything we do. According to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, the brain is responsible for movement, memory, emotion, and essential survival functions. Learning about how the brain works helps us understand ourselves better and appreciate how much this organ does for us every single second of our lives. Today, I will explain the major structures of the human brain, describe how these structures function, and highlight why the brain is essential for everyday life. Let's begin by looking at the brain's major regions. The human brain is divided into several important parts, each with its own job. The largest part is the cerebrum, which controls thinking, memory, and voluntary movement. When you make a decision, solve a math problem, or even choose what to eat for lunch, you're using your cerebrum. It's also responsible for your personality and the way you interact with the world. Below that is the cerebellum, which helps coordinate balance and fine motor skills. This part of the brain helps you keep you steady when you walk, helps you catch a ball, and allows you to perform precise movements like writing or typing. Even small actions like picking up a pencil or tying your shoe rely on the cerebellum working correctly. The brainstem, which is right next to it, is the most basic and essential part of the brain because it controls automatic functions like breathing, heart rate, and digestion. These functions happen without us thinking. It acts like the body's life support system, making sure our most important functions continue every moment of the day. Each region of the brain works together to help the body operate smoothly. Even though they have different responsibilities, they communicate constantly, forming a network that keeps us alive, aware, and helps us interact with the world. Now that we understand the brain's major regions, let's explore how these areas function in more detail. The cerebrum is divided into 4 different lobes, each with its own responsibilities. The frontal lobe, which is right over here, controls decision-making, problem-solving, and personality. This is the part of the brain that helps you plan, think, and express yourself. It's also involved in impulse control, meaning it helps you think before you act. The parietal lobe, which is over here, processes touch, temperature, and spatial awareness. It helps you understand where your body is in space. For example, when you close your eyes and touch your nose, your parietal lobe helps you guide your hand in the right place. The temporal lobe, which is down here, manages hearing, languages, and memory. This part of the brain allows you to understand speech, recognize sounds, and store important information. When you remember a song or recall a conversation, your temporal lobe is doing the work. Finally, the occipital lobe. It's responsible for vision and visual processing. Everything you see, colors, shapes, movement, is interpreted by this part of the brain. Even though your eyes capture images, your occipital lobe is what makes sense of them. Understanding these functions helps us appreciate why the brain is so important. The human brain is essential for survival, learning, and emotional well-being. It regulates vital functions such as breathing and heartbeat, allowing us to live without consciously thinking about these processes. The brain also allows us to learn new information, store memories, and solve problems. It controls emotions and helps us respond to stress, relationships, and daily challenges. According to Harvard Medical School, damage to any part of the brain can affect movement, speech, memory, or personality, which shows how delicate and important this organ is. Even small injuries like a concussion can temporarily affect how the brain works. More serious injuries can change a person's behavior, abilities, or emotions. The brain also adapts and changes over time, a process called neuroplasticity. This means the brain can form new connections, strengthen old ones, and even recover from certain injuries. Neuroplasticity is the reason we can learn new skills, improve at activities, and adapt to new situations throughout our lives. Now that we've explored the brain structure, functions, and importance, let's conclude. The human brain is divided into major regions, each with specialized functions that support movement, thought, emotion, and survival. Understanding how the brain works helps us appreciate the complexity behind everyday actions. The next time you make a decision, remember a moment, or simply take a breath, you're experiencing the incredible power of the human brain, an organ that shapes every part of who you are. Thank you.